Hello, today I want you to open up your mind, your heart, and your spirit to receive this truth. So today I'm going to take you back to the book Joshua wrote and Mary Magdalene, Mariamne, aka Jesus, the book of Jubilees, also showing you in the book of Joshua. And we're going to talk about some other scriptures to tie it together. But I want to point out this word because it's in Mark that we're going to read. And it is also chapter 50 as we start out. Make sure and write these scriptures down. I want you to take it to the Most High God and study. Chapter 50 of Jubilees. And after this law I made known to thee the days of Sabbaths in the desert of Sinai, which is between, and it's spelled Elim and Sinai. It is an abbreviation for Elohim, okay? And it is also from the Greek word that we're going to talk about is in the book of Joshua 9:3, AI, which is a Greek translation of Eloi in the book of Mark 15:34. Now let's go there to tie all this in. But I want you to understand this before we do. And I read the book of Mark 15:34. Joshua 7:2 through 3. And Joshua sent from Jericho to Ai. Once again, it's in that scripture, which is beside Beth Aven, on the east side of Bethel, and spake unto them, saying, Go up and view the country. And men went up and viewed Ai. Now, knowing the word Ai, the Greek translation from Eloi, which is Elohim, which is God, it is also interesting to note that today's technology, artificial intelligence, they named as AI, right? False biblical teachings, false images, false mass information. Beth Aven that we just read in Joshua 7:2 through 3, which is beside Beth Aven on the east side of Bethel, and spake unto them, saying, Go up and view the country. And men went up and viewed Ai, viewed God. Okay? Beth Aven means Hebrew, meaning house of vanity, house of wickedness, house of idols, derogatory meaning of the house of God when it has become idol worship and spiritual decline. Ai spelled Lahi. These variations are also in the book of Daniel, Ezra, the Hebrew Bible. And so we're going to go on from there and understand that anytime you see the word Aaron or Harun, Harun or Harun or Ahran, any variation of that, it is also derived from the word Achan, Achan in Hebrew, Akan in Aramaic, Leviticus 16:6, where it talks about, and Aaron will make an atonement for himself and for his house. It's saying that the brethren of sin, those that walk with the brethren of sin who do not obey what I'm about to share with you, needs to make atonement for himself and for his house. Okay? Now, I am showing you this because the book of Joshua, he wrote that. And I did a video of the many books that he wrote. And I'm going to point out also in the Old Testament, also where they pulled it from the Jubilees and how they kind of rewrote some of it. But I'm going to reveal the word Elohim and Eloi in the book of Mark. And a very mistranslated one verse that Jesus said. So St. Mark's 15:34 says, "And at the 9th hour Jesus cried with a loud voice, saying, Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani," which is being interpreted. Now they mix this up, but I'm going to read it and then we're going to reread it. Is being interpreted, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? Okay? He showed me that's not what it means. It doesn't mean, why hast thou forsaken me? Verse 35, and some of them that stood by, when they heard it, said, Behold, he calleth Elisha. Yesterday in a video, Living Water, I did in part 1 and part 2, the flaming fire of God, the armor of the fire of the flaming protection of God. Eli is a translation from Eloi, and as at the end of Elisha is an Aramaic word translated from Greek to an English word, meaning our word in English as. As. So let's read that again. Verse 34, correctly. And at the 9th hour, Jesus cried with a loud voice, saying, Eloi, Eloi, my God, my God. So he's crying out to God. But I'm going to tell you, he was not crucified on an actual cross and killed. I've revealed Joshua, son of Nun, died at 110 years old. Okay, I'm going to do a video of the many years where it states it, and they won't teach you where it is in Old Testament, the years. And in the New Testament and in the Christianity, and they teach, they don't know where all the years were missing. Yeah, they do if they read the Bible. They're not being led by the Most High God. And he will not lead people to the truth unless you cleanse. You may not go over the Jordan River. So today's lesson, you're going to understand how and what the 6 days of labor and the Sabbath correctly. Okay? God did not tell you to work from sunup to sundown 6 days. That is man who has distorted the scripture. So let's get started and let's learn truth. Okay, I'm going to show you the correlation. In the book Jesus and Mary Magdalene, Mariamne wrote. The book of Jubilees 50, and then I'm going to show you in Leviticus. Chapter 50, verse 1. And after this law I made known to thee the days of Sabbath in the desert of Sinai, which is between Elim and Sinai. Okay, we just talked about the word Elohim, AI, the translation errors. So right here, when they compiled the Jubilees, they again, Elim, if you see that in Scripture, even in the Old Testament, that is an abbreviation of Elohim, Eloi, and it is translated incorrectly. Verse 2, and I told thee of the Sabbaths of the land on Mount Sinai, and I told thee of the Jubilees, years, in the Sabbaths of years, but the year thereof I have not told thee, till you entered the land which ye are to possess. And the land also will keep its Sabbaths, while they dwell upon it, and they will know the Jubilee years. Wherefore I have ordained for thee the year, weeks, and the years, and the Jubilees, There are 49 jubilees from the day of Adam until this day, and 1 week and 2 years. There are yet 40 years to come, distance for learning the commandments of the Lord, until they pass over unto the land of Canaan, crossing the Jordan to the west. And the jubilees will pass by until Israel, who's Israel, God's children, seed of God, is cleansed from all guilt of fornication and uncleanness and pollution and sin and error, and dwelleth with confidence in all the land, and there will be no more Satan. And I told you many times, Satan means adversary in Aramaic. And there will be no more Satan or any evil one, and the land will be clean from that time forevermore. And behold, the commandments regarding the Sabbaths, I have written them down for thee, and all the judgments of its laws. 6 days wilt thou labor, but on the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord your God, and ye shall do no manner of work, and ye and your sons and your men servants and your maid servants, and all your cattle, and the sojourners also who is with you. And the man that doeth any work on it shall die. Okay, let me explain. Let's go to Leviticus 23 again. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feasts of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts. Feast are talking about the meals, okay? Eat no blood. And he's commanding that we cleanse the pollution of the land of Canaan that has milk and honey. And I explained in yesterday's videos where in the Vatican, there is a volume in 648 that states not only milk and honey that it was written, but also blood. Okay? They thought the people didn't need to know that. So I'll list for you all of the scriptures that says not to eat anything of blood or flesh or anything else, and keep with me because I keep showing you about all this. Now, God did not tell you to go get a job and work from sunup to sundown 40, 50, 60, 70 hours. Okay? This is man that is manipulating the scripture. Okay? I want you to pay attention. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest. Okay? Now, let me explain. It took a long time for God to get this through my head, through scripture. I used to cry and cry and cry. I can't get it. Please show me a different way. So he did. Ye shall do no manner of work, meaning, killeth anything or slaughter thereth a beast. Okay, I've explained this many times, how he explained it to me. A beast is a person. It's an Aramaic word translated into an English word called beast. Some people will say, ooh, that person's become a beast, meaning powerful, right? Okay. You don't want to be a powerful beast, a person with a forward heart doing evil, because that's the way God revealed it to me. That's what that means. Okay, an Aramaic word taken and put in a scripture. Ye shall do no manner of work, killeth anything or slaughtereth a beast, meaning a person doing evil, forward heart, a bird, or catcheth an animal or bird or fish, or make war on Sabbaths, 7 days a week, year after year, throughout the Jubilees, forever and ever and ever, generation after generation after generation. Jubilees 59, which also is translated throughout the Old Testament, ye shall do no work, meaning do not do as the tribes of Judea, the lands of Judea. You will not cross the Jordan River to the good land until you have cleansed the promised land that God gave you of rest 7 days a week from your enemies. This is not only physically on the physical realm of earth, but it is against spiritual warfare attacks in the spirit realm. Okay? Spirit realm is a very dangerous place if you do not know how to have protection, both in the physical and the spiritual. And he's telling us and commanding us, cleanse the land, because you will not pass over the Jordan River until you do. Leviticus 17:10. And whosoever man there be of the house of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn among you, that eateth any manner of blood, I will even set my face against that soul that eateth blood, and I will cut him off from among his people. For the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your souls, for it is the blood that maketh atonement for the soul. Therefore I said unto the children of Israel, no soul of you shall eat blood, neither shall any stranger that sojourneth among you eat blood. And whosoever man there be of the children of Israel, or strangers, or sojourn among you, which hunteth and catcheth any beast or fowl that may be eaten, he shall even pour out the blood thereof, and cover it with dust. For it is the life of all flesh. The blood of it is for the life thereof. Therefore I said unto the children of Israel, ye shall eat the blood of no manner of flesh, for the life of all flesh is the blood thereof.